size. But since I finding the way social media platforms are, once I can't, na yensu ye ne mo na ye adwuma ne bo mo no ntino. I find
We are the new patriotic party. We are the new patriotic party. The elephant is a winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant is a winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. We shall win to save Ghana. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant is a winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. For hi Ghana 7 TV GH. Make sure like, comment, subscribe, turning on notifications so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, you will notify. For yes, Friday 10th October. Friday 10th October. Bibi Bekoso ewo NPP General APP headquarters Asylum Down. Friday 10th October. Any day. Ebusianfo NPP babeye balloting. Emma flag bearer presidential candidate contenders no. You see balloting na who say say your man microphone nabes. Say obi a una we number 1 ballot paper no so una we number 2 una we number 3 we number 4 number 5. Na ebusanfo ye nim say nkrofo baku 5 na mo piki nomination say on person be on be di NPP nim baku Dr. Educhum our former minister of education baku so Dr. Brian Echampon our former minister of agriculture baku so Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia our former vice president of the Republic of Ghana and yewo one biom Kwabena Japan our former general secretary of the New Patriotic Party and I say and yewo honorable Kennedy Ohini Japan our former board chairman of Ghana Gas and wemu na mo picking nomination say on person omiye na we na Bawumia fans Bawumia team focus say omiye very confident say ko balloting na candidate I Dr. Mamudu Bawumia no obe piki position 1 number 1 esan say Yakupon ashe say onu no say odi MPP nim enti Bawumia fans say eka say their candidate is going to pick number 1 position ballot paper no so na say Bawumia picking number 1 na mo amuhwe one picking number 2 one picking number 3 number 4 number 5 no enti ebusianfo wa be bibi comment section no obiama ne projection okay obiama ne projection to say ebia would your project say maybe Educhum never pick first position, no. We never second position, we never third up to the 5th one. Let's do that in the comment section. I'll read your comment, I'll reply. After the ballot, nipa win here, no. Nipa be get this at the end correct, no. You will be strong kwa ye man no. You want this so kwa ye will nice package be abe masa nipa no. For let's get doing that in the comment section. That notwithstanding, let's hear more about this whole balloting, how it's going to go. One moon never balloting, how is it, where, and then who are the people involved in the video that is up next. Stay here.
Juma moye ediama New Patriotic Party and you say a statement about HSN Yankopon ya aduma this Friday and balloting ebekoso walk us through mo juma di ni baby a mo free ni baby a mo ababedru sese mo de kwan a ebefa so mo benya presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party.
Medasi purpose me correct impression be ye issue statement a letter we address to presidential candidates.
Okay.
And I finding a way social media.
And for a public consumption.
Yes.
Okay.
You invite you to to participate in the balloting exercise. But since I finding the way social media platforms are, once I can't, I find it morally obliged to say, make me know so I do home and kasa home. So party name share no say European nomination invite members say omoye owo openo so mbeli di party no at the close of nomination in NIPA 5 and the PK forms na omoko vetting. The next phase of activity no the balloting, and a scheduled one because our nomination forms anymore. And the Ochuna and the following October 10th, and your schedule say process will be taking place at 11 a.m. our party headquarters. No any information I day at all about now the process no a electoral commission. The last time no a woman ever conduct my because you per se you be process ne be fair. Be very smooth. Eti omona ombeba be conduct the process no e dey am na transparent will be who be order na what me I use the position of the campaign.
So far a candidates it is saying guidelines amodema omo no omu nyina e de ho hye na ye adwuma pepepe munya challenge bia.
So far so very good.
So after balloting no na fe die biem na to aso.
After the balloting no internally no be call across the country na yakwa validate abons no with the constituencies. If you be my constituencies no copies. Business constituency the presidential aspirants no you be more copies. Na almost washim. Omushemu ye na bibia pepe pa. After the final one amount into the advocate the amount the provisional. Then also some more concerns being so draw your attention for corrections. Say be anomalies be or one. And also that window no error. If we are other internal activities I be engagements if you are engaging with external entities like Ghana Police Service, Electoral Commission, you can know more engagement data, but you better so one more engagement. And your name aspirants now as a candidate name also you know more and it's sometimes and so muntimi ma your name or more reps. It's as and when other activities be crop up no, depending on stakeholders are we involved no, you being invited to them. More so and central phone so you know ebe have engagement because at the end of the day no more and mobile bo adwuma ye no ho dero na ma itimi educate your stakeholders na ma inform you on what your policies and guidelines it you know so be things also.
Validation of album now can once sometimes a drum maybe a one ya na challenge no pa ewo minim e no process no kwan be na mbe fa so a more be validate albums no process ne saying
it drew on my be issue statements with guidelines into the board better and also for now and time you draw you develop the guidelines into a ready so you be more copies na motimi I inform the stakeholders na my
nanu ya modo omo beka ho minim motimi ayo omo registration awie
and you say a deadline no you can fix on the 19th and extending it by 30th into the abawie to after na IT no so go through now downloading ni na new data and so can be validate you be verify and validate no and so get media can the existing one now you use for the previous elections.
All right. My no asina yemfa wunsia. Me gidi se ekoye nimu no. Bibi ebebe ebe san ba ne no abebo ho nkomo bi.
At 8. So when she comes to work at 8:1, it's a stated misbehavior that she can be removed based on that particular grounds. And even what he or she is entitled to we can stand on it and then sack the person. So the bar has been lowered, and it is very dangerous for our democracy as a country. Very, very dangerous. But fact, we can't complain much. For we the NPP, we are just learning from the NDC. Whatever they are doing now, for we are learning from them. And we would like to pay them back in their own coin. What they are doing will be done to them. Maybe it could be done in double folds. Or maybe we can triple. Oh, yes, we can triple it. What we just want them to understand is you earn.
So does it mean the cycle will never end?
Oh, no, it will never end. It will end when they come back and they don't repeat it. So when we sack the next Chief Justice and they come and sack the next Chief Justice, they to continue like that. So that the office of the Chief Justice will be an appointed position. And we care less about it. Because we are
So I'm sure you are aware that there's some constitutional review underway. So what if there's some provisions or they make it so difficult to remove the Chief Justice? Then how
Okay.
do you go about it?
Okay, so you see, that's what I always hear the NDC talk about, that oh, we'll change the law. But fact, in the constitution, Article 146 is an entrenched position. It's an entrenched provision. And with an entrenched position, entrenched provision, it needs to go for a referendum. And in a referendum, you need to get both NPP and NDC to agree before your referendum can go through. Because, fact, you know the reason? You
Tell
need
us.
70% turnout. You need 70% turnout. And out of the 70%, I think 40% or 30% should vote in favor of the motion. So the last election that we had, I think, 60 something percent. That John Mahama won, just 60 something percent turnout, which includes both NPP and NDC. So NDC alone cannot pass a referendum. No. That's the reason why when Akufo-Addo wanted to do the voting of MMDC on political grounds, and it got to a time that NDC decided not to partake in it, he just decided to drop it. Because should he proceed to put it to voting, we won't get the results. We won't get what we want. Because once NDC votes again, because you need 70% turnout and 40% should vote in favor. So when you don't get that one, when you don't get the opposition supporting your referendum can never sail through. So it's very funny when I hear some of the NDC people say, "Oh, we will change the constitution." Listen, if they even have we have 276 MPs, right? Should all of them be NDC MPs, they can still not change it, because it's an entrenched position. It's an entrenched provision. So they can't change anything. Nothing can they change. So the cycle will continue until they come back one day and then decide not to touch the CJ. Once they touch the CJ, we will touch the CJ. And we might even go beyond the CJ.
Interesting.
Oh, yes. You see, politics has turned into, you see, let me take, for example, have you seen the Jubilee House? We named it Flagstaff House. They came back and changed the name to Jubilee House. We call it Jubilee. They changed it to Flagstaff. We came back and named it Jubilee. Have you seen they've not changed it again? They've not changed it. It's still Jubilee House.
Oh.
Yes.
So there are some lessons learned there.
Yes. So if they had changed it to Flagstaff, we will come back and change it to Jubilee.
At the expense of our money.
Exactly. So there are some things that you don't need to politicize it. So once you start to politicize something, for us, we are good learners. NPP, we are good learners. And we will do more than what you teach us. We will do more than that. It's like a teacher teaching a student something. Because in the Fourth Republic, they are the first party that assumed office, Rawlings, right? Whatever Rawlings did, we came in, we learned more from him, and we improved it. So everything that they do, we will come and improve it. That's us. That's the NPP. So for us, for the next Chief Justice, God willing, we are just for Bafoboni. I think he will finish his tenure next year, right? I think he'll be 70 next year. So he will retire, and then the next one, God willing, when we come, we can change the next one because I'm sure by then the next one won't be old enough to
You feel
retire.
confident. Are you
Oh,
so confident about 2028?
oh, what we always pray for is for God to grant us life and
Yeah,
strength. That's all, because tomorrow is never promised. So we
exactly.
then need to pray to God to have favor on to have favor on us, and then the grace should be bestowed upon us to for us to see 2028. But Ishama Allah 2028, looking at the performance of John Dramani Mahama in 8 months, his performance in 8 months. The last time I asked you, can you tell me one policy of theirs that they've implemented that is impacting lives? 24-hour economy at Tonsium, the Women Development Bank, we can't find it. The fight against Galamsey, all of the lean government today, their government is the most bloated government. Their budget
Let's hear
is
about
more.
that. They have less than 60 ministers.
No, you see, government is not just ministers. It goes beyond ministers. That's what I always say. You have 60 ministers, but beneath the ministers, we have what's the name? CEOs, deputy CEOs. Fact, when you go to NIA under NPP, NIA, we're not having deputy director, the deputy CEOs. We're not having it, but they do have it. When you go to a place like Accra Digital Center, they were not having deputies. Now they do have deputies. This thing, drip. We're only having the national coordinator. Today they have national, they have regional, they have districts.
Oh, wow.
When you go to NEIP,
and the district they have deputies too.
thank you very much. Now, when you go to a place like NEIP, we're having only the national. Now they have regional, they have districts. And today we are seeing the list of what's the name? The list of deputy high commissioners. So beyond the ministers, beyond the ministers we can see an over bloated government, very very big. But they will just say, oh, we just have 60 ministers. But even with the system, but fact, let's even deal with just ministers, 60. But your budget this year is bigger than that of the bloated government last year. This year, their budget is 81 billion Ghana, 81 billion. 81 billion this year. Last year was 74 billion thereabout. So even if you're operating a lean government, but your budget is bigger than that of last year, you because the focus of a lean government is to minimize expenditure. So if your expenditure is bigger than that of last year, you've done nothing.
Government made a declaration to cancel all DSTV subscription
Okay.
across the government agencies.
Okay.
Is that not an attempt to cut down costs?
But when you tell me that you are cutting DSTV subscription, but the minister in charge of sports is watching DSTV, so how come he is watching